Great. So we're here. We're here. We're here with Julian and Cristina, the lead characters in Ordinary Things, which premiered today. Did y'all have a good time at the premiere?
Oh, yes.
It was so fun.
I think the audience loved seeing you guys.
Mm-hmm. It was so much fun.
So what was your favorite part of the experience today of the premiere?
Honestly, getting to talk to people afterwards. Like, normally my social battery tends to run out pretty quickly. But I had such a good time talking to people. It felt a whole lot more natural than I expected, I think. Seeing how well received it was and how so many people enjoyed it and had a good time. Mm-hmm. It was really, really fun, just exchanging stories and hearing what people took away from it, what people liked about it, and hearing from some people who had, some way, shape, or form worked on the movie, whether it was like people who joined in as extras for one day or people who helped out on some of the teams on set. It was really, really cool, and I had a really good time with that today.
So what were some of the things that people were saying to you? What were they saying about the movie?
Oh, they loved it. A lot of people were saying that was really cute and it was adorable, and they related to it. A lot of people said they liked the message. Mm-hmm. A lot of people were saying that we did a really good job. Some people said they wanted to come back and see it again. So,
that's awesome.
Yeah. Other people were saying it was their favorite movie that Living Word has done so far. So
very cool.
That was fun.
Yeah, I've had some people even say that, oh, whenever the next one's coming up, and I didn't think I need to try to audition. I'm like, yeah, man, go for it.
That's cool.
Like, bring everyone on.
Yeah. So this was your first project with Living Word Studios. Did you enjoy yourself?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
What was your favorite part of the whole filming process?
That's a hard question. I love so many aspects of it. I think also just being a part of a community that was so welcoming and kind and just made the process easy. I think that was a big thing, is just because I knew how much I had to do and how long I was going to be on set and like how much energy I was going to have to put into this project going into it. And everyone just made it so easy and everyone was so kind. And yeah, it just was really fun.
So of all the characters in the film, did you relate to anybody else's character more so than your own?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've talked about this a lot to everybody in the cast, but I thought it was really funny how right away, as soon as I got the script and as soon as I started reading it, I was called out so hard. I saw myself in Dannie in so many ways. Really? Yes. Like, I feel like Tyler and Dannie kind of serve as kind of like antithesis to each other, or not like in a bad way, but they're very different, and that's like a big part of the film. About, one kind of has, I guess in Dannie's case, very indecisive, unsure of wants the perfect outcome for things, while Tyler is more go with the flow, and he's just like, well, just pick something, go with it. That's not how I typically am. I very much am more on the Dannie side of things. So it was really, really fun kind of getting to act, against that and kind of play a character that is almost not necessarily the opposite of that, but kind of like striving to be more of that, But yeah, I definitely saw myself so much in Dannie, hands down.
So how much of your own personality did you bring to the characters?
I feel like a lot of it. I feel like as an actor, you kind of have to bring a lot of yourself into each character. Obviously making changes, because not every character is going to be like yourself. But to make it genuine and authentic, you have to bring parts of yourself into a character. And I feel like with Dannie, it was pretty easy bringing myself into it. I feel like there were parts of Dannie that I connect to. Like, I can be indecisive, but there are moments where I feel like I was like Tyler, because I can be indecisive sometimes, but I can also be pretty chill, go with the flow. But yeah, I feel like I brought a lot of myself into Dannie. Like her spunk and her humor is very much me as well. So
yeah. I think a lot of it is more so we bring a lot of our own mannerisms and our natural reactions and all that. I think that's probably most of at least what I brought into Tyler. But yeah, I think, you're right. Like to a certain extent, I mean, to be a natural, authentic performance, you need to bring a lot of yourself into a character, just with like slight little tweaks here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So what was the biggest challenge for you in these roles?
I think for me, the challenging moments, or I would say scenes where I would get more emotional and where I would just feel things really deeply because Cristina, was also feeling those things. So that's always a challenge, but also exciting at the same time because it can be pretty freeing doing that.
Yeah.
But as a person, sometimes it can be hard to get there because you don't want people seeing you cry. Like it's uncomfortable being vulnerable like that. And then like there's a camera right here. So like a lot of people can't do that. Like that's just like I don't want to do that. But I feel like for me as an actor, that's exciting and challenging because it's like I put pressure on myself just because I love what I do. So I'm always going to put that pressure on myself. But I feel like with this film, I was able to let go of that a bit and just be so that I could get there emotionally. So I was actually really proud of myself. There were days after being on set where I was like, I feel like I got there. I feel like I did what I need to do. I did my job. And I was like, I hope it looks that way. And I feel like after seeing the movie today, I was proud of myself and I feel like I got there. So yeah.
I know that scene you and I had together where you had to just
cried a lot. That was my third day on set. And that was the last scene of the day. I remember it was like the very last scene. And before getting on set that day, I was nervous because I knew of that scene was happening. But we had done so much throughout the day that by the time we got to that scene, I was already like so exhausted that I feel like the emotions just like flooded out, But yeah, I remember that was the third day on set and I was like, I gotta cry. And but at the same time, it's like, I didn't want to put that pressure on myself too, to like, I need to cry because it's not about crying. It's just kind of about getting to that place emotionally that serves the character in the scene and all that. So
it's more about what the scene needs.
Exactly. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, and I feel like the crew felt what you were feeling.
Yeah.
Because at the end of that scene, I looked around and like half the crew's over there. Yeah. And these are some pretty big guys holding the lights. They're,
Yeah.
So
I
good
remember
job.
hearing some sniffles and I was like, ooh.
It's fine.
Little,
Yeah.
So is there anything in the, what is the one thing that you would hope people walk out of this film realizing in their life?
There's greatness in the ordinary.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly it. Honestly, I mean, I was trying to come up with a more, with a different answer, but I mean honestly, that's it. It really is like front and center. It's finding the greatness in all the ordinary things in life.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of movies nowadays just try to like have this big complex like thing that they want people to figure out and connect to, but sometimes it's just as simple as that. Like there's greatness in the ordinary. God is in the ordinary. Like you can find great things in your life that are just right in front of you. And I feel like that's what this movie was kind of driving home. So I hope people just leave feeling grateful for their lives and for what they have, and also just leave feeling with like love in their hearts and for the people around them in their lives. So.
Yeah, I really hope that people feel empowered to move. I know that a big part of it is learning to appreciate kind of what you have in front of you and all that, but just like the analogy that was in the movie about, moving the car. You can't make adjustments in your life unless you move. Mm-hmm. And I really hope that people walk out of here realizing that they have a lot more say in how they live their life and how their life goes, knowing that they can always adjust if they make mistakes, right? And they're always going to end up where they need to go as long as they keep moving. And I think that was something that was really encouraging to me.
It's good. Thank you, guys. Thanks for sitting down with me.
Of course, always.
Thanks for having me.
And people can see Ordinary Things streaming soon and order their DVD. Thanks.
Thank you.